Yeah, it is.
Oh, hi there, it is wife.
Yeah.
You ready?
Yeah.
And okay, so I just need to go through your booking. I'm just going to ask you lots and lots of questions. Is that okay?
Yeah, that's fine.
Wonderful.
Well, we got married in July, which is what I wanted to mention as well. Actually, my name's different on hospital versus the doctors at the moment.
Oh, okay. Try and get that changed before Monday for you, before we do your blood test.
Okay, thank you. I've downloaded the app.
Lovely. And you've lived in the UK for the last 12 months?
Yeah.
Yeah. And do you work?
Yes.
Do you work full time?
Yes.
And what do you do?
I'm a marketing events manager. Yeah.
Okay, first name?
Jonathan. Yes. Yeah.
Oh, brilliant.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yes.
perfect. And does Jonathan work?
Yes.
Is Luca your first child?
Yes.
Lovely.
From memory, the 18th of October. I think he was born pretty much 42 weeks on the dot.
Oh, wow.
But it was like a 3-day labour.
Oh, dear.
Yeah, it was.
Bless you.
It was
you don't want
horrid.
to cook out a second time.
Well, to be honest, I'd like to request a planned C-section this time, but I'm sure we'll get into that at a later date.
Absolutely, that's no problem. No problem at all.
Apart from the hyperemesis, no, there was no medical issues. No, I wasn't induced, but you know what it's like. Once I was sort of in labour, I ended up having a lot of assistance, so I ended up on the drip and things, but
Right,
not
okay,
initially. I don't think so, apart from sort of the very end. I had 2 hours of pushing and he didn't come out. But
prolonged second stage.
yeah, very prolonged.
Yeah,
but there wasn't any kind of heart rate issues, blood pressure issues, any of that sort of thing. Yes, so I had a really, really hard time. It was a forceps in theatre delivery, and he was £9.3.
Wow.
And yeah, the birth injuries that I was left with were just, felt very severe to me. The tear and the episiotomy both took about 4 months to heal.
Yeah.
And I had a year of physiotherapy from incontinence issues and just a lot of pain. I was walking like a cowboy for 4 months. It was very scary. I just remember them pulling me down the bed with each pull, and then having to be pulled back up the bed. And it was after 2.5 days of labour. I hadn't eaten, I hadn't slept. It was the middle of the night. It was just very, very scary and very traumatic. And to be honest, I think I have PTSD from it. No, he was absolutely fine.
No, he was fine.
Bottle fed from the beginning. Been very healthy. First time he had antibiotics, I think he was over 3, and the pharmacist was shocked that he'd not had anything before that. No, apart from very recently, I had some I say recently, probably in the last just over a year. I had a nasty infection. I ended up with penicillin and I got a rash from it. So,
right, okay.
That's the first time it's happened, but now I'm a bit wary of penicillin. I went to A&E, but I wasn't admitted. I went with a migraine, which I didn't know was a migraine at the time.
Right, okay.
Did get told a couple of years ago that I was low on iron.
Okay.
I'm vegetarian. Yeah, I'm taking the
anti-sickness?
anti-sickness tablets, that's the only thing. Well, I'm not going to lie, I've been quite down with the sickness, but that was that's the main thing. I'm just it was really tough, and yeah, but the tablets have really started to kick in now, so it's improved a lot. Very rarely, mainly just on an special occasion. I'm not a drinker. Yeah, that's fine. I definitely won't change my mind. I've had 3.5 years to think about it, and there's not been a single day that I've thought maybe I'd like to attempt labour again. Yeah, to be honest, that would give me more peace of mind. And do they book once you've gone through that, is that when they book the date, or do they still leave it even later? Don't get me wrong, it still scares me, but in this case, it's when they say, the better the devil you know, it's better the devil I don't know this time. Couldn't ever face another forceps, or to be honest, anyone in that area makes me kind of shrink back and just think, get away from me. 10:20, did you say? Perfect.
Lovely. Do you have any questions at this stage?
No, that's all been great. Yeah, no, I'm fine, thanks. Oh, thank you.
You.
You too, thanks.
Okay, take care.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Hello everyone, I'm just jumping on because today I had the second half of my booking appointment. So you'll have seen some clips of the first half of the appointment, which I did on the phone last week. And then today I went to meet my midwife for the first time, and we finished off all of the booking stuff that she needed to do. So that was taking my blood, doing my height and weight. I had to do a CO2 test where you blow into like a breathalyzer type machine, and just got to meet her, which was really great, and asked her a few questions and just chatted through a few things. It went really well. I'm really pleased. My midwife is so lovely. I have a different midwife this time to when I had Luca because I'm with a different doctors, and she was so lovely. My last midwife was really nice, but she was a little bit stern and I was a little bit scared of her. Well, I have to say she was really great after I gave birth. She was really great at advocating for me after I gave birth, and when I needed like my stitches checked and things, the doctors really weren't good, and she was really great at getting me antibiotics and stuff like that. So she was really nice, but this new midwife was really lovely, which is always a big relief when you know you're going to be sort of seeing someone regularly. You want to feel comfortable with them, which I definitely did. It was interesting because she actually said she was a funeral director for 10 years and now she's a midwife, so that's like opposite ends of the spectrum, isn't it? But she was so lovely. She really made me feel comfortable. I talked through a few of my concerns with her. I do feel like I may be anemic, so obviously my bloods will check for that, but I talked about how I've had previous intolerance to the tablets that they give for iron, and she said they could do a transfusion. And she basically said I don't have to do anything I don't want to do at any time. So if I want to go straight for a transfusion rather than trying tablets again, like she will put that through, no problem. So that was all just really lovely to hear, because it just makes you feel like supported and like listened to, and like I'm not going to have a battle on my hands, which is the last thing you want when you're pregnant. So yeah, as I say, it couldn't have gone better. I've also had through my letter for my 12-week scan, which is happening on Friday. Today is Wednesday, so in 2 days' time, I'll be going for my 12-week scan, which I cannot wait for. I'll actually just be 13 weeks by Friday. And then I've also already had my consultant appointment through for 30 weeks, and that is when I will chat to the consultant about having a planned C-section. So basically, if you haven't watched my previous videos, I had quite a traumatic birth with Luca, and that is why I would like to have a planned C-section this time. So yeah, again, she's been so supportive with that, and it's great to have the appointment booked in. So that was just a really quick update for today. I'll pick you up on Friday when I have my 12-week scan. Hello, I just wanted to jump on and film a bit of an update because it has been a little while again. It's been a few weeks and I'm now actually 16 weeks pregnant. So in this vlog, times will be going really fast. This pregnancy will be seeming to go really fast. However, it doesn't feel that way in real life. It definitely doesn't. It feels like a very long process, but I am 16 weeks, 4 months pregnant. And yeah, there's been quite a lot going on, so I wanted to come on and do an update. The first thing was that we had our 12-week scan. We actually had it at 13 weeks because 12-week scans can be between 12 and 14 weeks, so ours was booked for 13 weeks. I think because I was very late getting booked in, I didn't actually have my first appointment with my midwife until 12 weeks. I think with Christmas and everything, it all got delayed. So we had that and it all went really well. It was amazing. It's always amazing to see like the baby on the screen, and I always say to Johnny, it doesn't feel real, and when I see it I find it really strange, like that's in my tummy. It just doesn't feel real, but it all looked great. Everything looked great on the scan, and I had my bloods done as well. So they offer you some blood tests to check for a few different potential conditions that the baby could have. It tests for Edwards, Patau's and Down syndrome, and that's just kind of a routine screening. I believe you can opt out, but we've always just kind of gone with the general screening. And happily everything was low risk there. I think the main thing is, if you don't know, Edwards and Patau's are really serious conditions where like the baby has pretty much no chance of survival, so they kind of give you the odds of that so that you have options. Obviously Down syndrome is very different. I'm not really sure why they screen for that, because obviously people with Down syndrome can have a very long life, like an average lifespan. But yeah, the one that was main interest for us anyway would have been Edwards and Pateau's, and thankfully everything was really low risk. But obviously it's a really personal choice what you would do in that situation. Thankfully we don't have to think about it. I also got all my booking bloods back and everything was fine there as well. So all a really good start. I'll show you the pictures from the scan. So here's our scan pictures. You can see baby really clearly there. But actually the baby was upside down, so normally they're facing the way that looks there. That's what you're used to seeing on scans. This baby was actually upside down, so it was actually lying that way, like head down. So she had to flip the pictures to make them look like what you're used to seeing. But yeah, all really good there, so that was great. However, we have had a little bit of a scary, worrying time in the past week. Basically, when I was at my first appointment with my midwife, she said that we would have to let her know if Luca had something called slap cheek, which is parvovirus, which is a symptom, a condition, like a virus where your cheeks go like bright red as if you've been slapped, and that's why it's called slap cheek. And at the time I thought, I've never even heard of that, like he's not had it, I've never heard of anyone having it, like that's not going to be an issue. Fast forward a week and Luca comes out with slap cheek. So he'd actually been off colour for a couple of weeks on and off. He'd been sick a couple of times. He'd had some little rashes, but they'd like come and gone really quickly. He'd kind of complained of some aches, but they'd all been like isolated incidents. And then we went to collect him from nursery one day and his cheeks were bright red and nursery said they thought he had slap cheek. So I had to get in touch with my midwife to tell her, because I remembered like her saying this. And it turns out that it can be potentially quite dangerous for the baby in pregnancy. So I spoke to my midwife and she said they'd test my bloods to see if I had immunity, if I had antibodies. So it's a bit like chicken pox. If you have it once, you don't get it again. So they sent my bloods back off for that. But in the meantime, I had some symptoms which was really bad joint pain in my leg, which is a symptom of slap cheek. And I had an upset tummy and I thought, like, I was hoping it wasn't a symptom, really obviously hoped my bloods would come back as immune. But unfortunately, she got back in touch with me this week to say that I'm not immune, I haven't been exposed before. So I, in my head, definitely think that I caught it. Obviously I was really close with Luca, he's my son. I was looking after him, sleeping with him and everything when he was being sick and stuff. So I do think that, coupled with the joint pain, which is like the top symptom in adults, I probably did contract it. So I was really, really worried about it. And basically the midwife said that they have to wait 4 weeks to test my blood, and that's when it would show if I'd contracted it. Which left me really worried, because I obviously read online what the risks were, and the two risks with slap cheek for the baby is anemia and something called high drops, which I haven't heard of before. And obviously I was reading online, which is difficult because it's not, you can't ask really like very pointed questions online, it's just kind of broad information. And so I was getting really worried that over those 4 weeks the baby could develop one of these things and get really ill, and like if we weren't checking the baby, how did we know the baby was okay? But I had my 16-week appointment with my midwife on Thursday, so a couple of days ago, and I brought this up with her and I said, like, I'm really, really stressed about this, like, can we check on the baby with a scan before this blood test? And she said that she didn't believe the baby was at risk in that shorter time period, because it was a longer time period that symptoms would develop. But she actually phoned the hospital that I'm due to give birth at, the RVI, which is a leading hospital, to ask their fetal medicine team like my exact questions. She was on the phone for ages, like over 10 minutes, and it was really fantastic. She basically came off and told me that they'd said it takes 10 weeks for the anemia to develop. So obviously the 4 weeks wasn't a risky time period. If it comes back that I did contract it, then I'll have lots of extra monitoring to check on that. And that high drops is what happens when anemia gets really severe. So neither the anemia or high drops were a risk in the next 4 weeks while we wait for this blood test. And also they reassured me that the treatment that you would need for severe anemia, if the baby did get that, they can actually do it at the RVI. It's one of the few hospitals in the country that you can have that done. We're really lucky that the hospital that I'm due to give birth at and gave birth at last time is a really leading hospital in the country. So yeah, that was all really reassuring. They also said that it's only a really small percentage of babies who actually contract parvovirus from their mum. So even if it does come back that I am positive, it doesn't mean that it's passed on to the baby, and it's actually quite a low percentage chance that it has. So that was all super reassuring. I am still worried, don't get me wrong, because there is still a risk there, but I feel loads better. So that's the next thing. In 2 weeks I'll be having this blood test to see if I contracted it, and then we'll take it from there. That's kind of all the updates that I have at the minute. I'm still on the anti-sickness meds, which are working really well, so that's fantastic. They just make me really tired and really sleepy because they're both drowsy medications. So I'm currently only working half days. I've been through occupational health and everything, and that's kind of all I can manage, and then I'm having like 2-hour naps every afternoon, but that's been working for me. And yes, obviously it's short-lived, isn't it? So I'm expecting to be on the medicine till about 20 weeks, and then hopefully start to feel a bit more human again. That's all the updates I had for now. I'll pick you up when I get the results of my blood test and let you know. Fingers crossed I didn't contract it, but I do feel like I probably did. But at least I feel a lot more reassured that even if I did, like, the treatment's available and everything, like we're on it, so I feel a lot better. Hello, I am vlogging from the car because I've just parked up. I'm off for a pregnancy massage, which I am super excited about. If you've been watching these vlogs for a while, you'll know that I do enjoy a massage. Not that I get them with any regularity, but yeah, I like them for a treat. And the last one I had at the place I'm going today was just before the wedding. So I had like a massage to de-stress. But Johnny actually bought me a gift like voucher for a pregnancy massage at the place that I like to go to, and it's the place that I went to a few times when I was expecting Luca. So typical pregnancy, like I've got backache, I've got pelvic girdle pain, so I'm really hoping this massage is going to relax me and help with some of that. So yeah, nice little treat. So I thought I'd just pick up the camera because it's pregnancy related. I am now 20 weeks pregnant, 21 weeks tomorrow. So the time is starting to fly a little bit, definitely. I would say the first trimester was so slow, but I would say from 12 to 20 weeks it's gone quicker, and I'm hoping the rest goes even faster. But yeah, I've just parked up. I'm going to go and get the metro into massage place. It's actually really handy because the massage place is inside of a metro station, so I literally just get the metro there and don't even leave the station. So I'm gonna go and do that in a minute. Actually, really funnily, I just drove past my dad walking up the road. He must be going to Tesco. So I have a feeling I might run into him in a second on my way out of the car park to the metro because it's on the same route. So yeah, I'm just going to go and do that. I'm very excited. I thought I'd update you.
The next train at platform 1 is for South Hilton.
Right, I'm back in the car. It is not a very nice day. It is pouring down outside. So I've got my big puffy coat on, but that was amazing. I got a surprise though, because for some reason in my head I thought this was a back massage. Basically Johnny booked it for me as a Christmas present, and it was just a voucher, and it just, now I come to think of it, it just said pregnancy massage, but for some reason I had in my head that it was a back massage because that's what I always normally get. Turns out it was a full body massage, and when I say full body, literally like from my head to my toes. So she did my head, she did my face, she did my neck, back, arms, hands, legs. But let me tell you, the place that she really focused on and was quite embarrassing, but definitely did good because I could really feel it, was my buttocks. She basically spent a lot of time there and told me afterwards, like, I basically needed someone to really give my bum a good rub. But it was just, I don't know about other people, if anyone else feels like this, but I get so embarrassed, like when I feel them pulling my knickers down and like exposing my bum. I just feel myself going really red. But it felt really good, and it definitely was needed because I've had so much pain in like my lower back and stuff, and I could feel it when she was pressing, like it hurt, but it was a good pain. But yeah, are other people like that, or is it just me being like really prudish? But I get so embarrassed. But then also, because it was a full body massage, I absolutely love having my feet massaged. And take it from me, if you've never had a foot massage, or like reflexology it's called, you have to try it, because you do not realise how much tension is in your feet until someone is massaging it. But I was thinking, like, I just wasn't expecting it. So I was thinking, I know I had like grotty nail varnish on my toes, and I was trying to think, when did I last cut my toenails? Because literally, like, I just wasn't expecting her to be doing all those different areas. So while she was massaging me, I just kept thinking, oh, I hope my legs aren't too spiky, because like I did quickly shave them, but I didn't do too thorough a job. And yeah, like my toenails and stuff, I was just thinking, oh, I don't know why I thought it was just a back massage, but it felt amazing, and it'll have definitely done me some good, and I'm definitely going to have another one in this pregnancy, or maybe one every month, who knows. But yeah, it was really lovely. I'd really, really recommend a pregnancy massage if you are pregnant, because you just feel the tension when they're working through it, and like the good that it's doing. But I'm now going to quickly nip to Tesco because I need to get a couple of last things for a gift hamper I'm putting together. We're going to see Johnny's colleague and his wife, who've just had a baby, tomorrow, and Johnny nominated me to put together the gift hamper, which I've done, but I sort of did it and then like more contributions have come in, so we're gonna go and get them a Just Eat voucher, because we thought, new parents, you don't want to cook, like that's quite a good one. And then I'm gonna get a bottle of bubbly to add in it as well. So I'm gonna go and pop to Tesco, do that now. I'll show you the hamper when I'm done. And then tomorrow I've got a doctor's appointment, I'm getting bloods done, so I'll pick you up then, I think, as well, because that's pregnancy related. So here's the hamper all finished. I'm so happy with it. I think it's really cute. Got this little cute dress in there, a gigantic hippo teddy, there's a book, there's some milestone cards, there's some bubble bath, some bubbly, and the Just Eat voucher that I mentioned, and yeah, it's all in this really cute baby basket. So really annoyingly, my camera did not record any audio for the rest of this video, so I'm going to have to voice over it, and bear with me while I try to remember what I was talking about. But here I was just starting off by saying that I'd been for my parvovirus blood test. So at the time I'd been for the blood test, I didn't obviously have the results, but I actually received the results today as I'm recording this, and thankfully they were negative. So that was really, really great news, and obviously I'm so happy and relieved about that. So that's one thing off of my mind. I'd been to Asda to pick up an order that I'd made of maternity and baby clothes. So I'm going to open that all up and go through all of that with you now. So I had just ordered myself a few new bits of maternity clothes and some baby bits. This first item is a blue jumpsuit that I'd ordered for me, obviously, and it was in a super soft material. It was really, really lovely when I got into it. But obviously I wasn't sure how it was going to fit. I've been having to size up and everything because I've not only put on pregnancy weight, I've definitely put on weight as well on top of that. So I've kind of gone up a size plus needing maternity clothes. But it had this nice crossover front. As I said, it was super soft. It felt lovely. It felt like it was going to feel so nice on. But I'm going to try everything on and show you how it all looks in this video anyway. This next item is a black dress, another maternity range item. All of this is from Asda. Can't remember if I said that, but I thought this looked really nice. It was a nice stretchy material, just quite a simple plain black dress, but I like the little scalloped sleeves and neckline details, the little white detail, and it also had ruched sides, which I thought would be quite flattering. And then this is a top, really simple, just a crew neck long sleeve top, but I don't actually have any kind of just simple maternity tops, and I've started to think that I've been wearing lots of baggy clothes, but I actually think something more fitted, which shows off my bump, might be a bit more flattering, rather than just really baggy stuff where you can't actually tell that I'm pregnant and I just kind of look a lot larger than my normal size. So I thought I'd order myself some stuff that was fitted because I really like that look on other people and think it really suits them. So I'm going to try and embrace the bump. This next item is a really cute little sleep suit, a zip sleep suit. It's quite a thick material, almost quilted, and it's this lovely light yellow colour, and it's got really cute giraffes on it. As you can see from the sticker, it was £7 and I just couldn't resist it. I thought it looked really, really cute and would be ideal for sort of bedtime, sleep suit pyjamas, and a nice gender neutral pattern and colour and everything. Next we have a couple of little sweatshirts that I picked up. I think these might be left over from the Valentine's range, but I just thought this was really cute. It says Love and Hugs Crew, and it's a little red sweatshirt. I think that's in 3 to 6 months, and then the next one that I picked up is in 6 to 9 months, and it's another little sweatshirt, and it says Tiny Love on it. I just thought they were both really cute, gender neutral, and it's quite nice to pick up things in different sizes to just make a start on the baby's full wardrobe. Now this is a pack of vests, because you can never have too many vests when you have a newborn. Like, honestly, the amount of vests that you go through is just insane. I think like on one day you could go through 6 outfit changes because nappies just leak, and the first thing they leak onto is the vest that you have under their outfits. So this was a pack of 7 different vests, very neutral but cute. So we've just got some little white and beige ones with different patterns on, some are plain. But this is what really sold it to me, this gorgeous rabbit print. I just thought that was so cute, and just, yeah, absolutely adorable. So that is why I went for this pack. But as I say, you can't have enough vests, so I have been buying quite a lot of these kind of basic staples. But just look at how cute this is. It's so adorable. I just absolutely can't cope with how cute the little rabbits are, and I can't believe I'm going to have a baby to put in these vests very, very soon. Okay, now I'm going to try everything on and show you how they look. So here is the jumpsuit to start off with. And this was very, very fitted, as you can see. It looks nice on the bump there, but I just felt like it was kind of skin tight, not in an uncomfortable way, but just in an unflattering way, particularly on my chest. Like, my chest is already larger than average and I don't really need to draw attention to it, but I feel like this jumpsuit really did, and that wasn't the look that I really wanted to go for. Overall, I just didn't feel it was flattering. It was very, very comfortable. The material, as I said, was so soft and it felt lovely on my skin, but I just wasn't comfortable in it, and this definitely isn't one that I'll be keeping. Next we have the black dress, and I really, really liked this. It was so comfy. It had loads of stretch and loads of room in it, so plenty of room to continue to grow, which is important, and it just was like so easy to throw on. I feel like it could be dressed up really easily, but it's also like very casual. It's really, really comfortable, and I just kind of felt like it was more flattering than... I don't feel like flattered in anything, I'm not going to lie, but I felt like this was more flattering than other things that I've tried on. It was something that I was comfortable in, and I've actually already worn this. I went out for a meal and wore it, so yeah, I'm happy with that. Finally, we have the fitted crew neck top, and I definitely felt a lot more comfortable in this than I was expecting. Obviously I'm pregnant, obviously I've got a big bump, like that is going to show. But I felt like wearing something that actually showed the bump did do me more favours than wearing big baggy floaty stuff. So I've decided that's the way forward, and I'm going to order some more fitted tops, and that's just kind of going to be my maternity style. Some fitted tops that show the bump, and then some like pretty much living in leggings, to be honest. And it's the next day, it's the next morning, and I'm all ready to go for our 20-week scan. I can't believe that that day was already there. It felt like no time since I'd obviously been in my 12-week scan. It's hard to believe a couple of months had passed. I was already really excited. I'd been to my midwife's appointment the day before and actually heard the heartbeat, so that made me a lot more excited for the scan and less nervous, because obviously you're nervous that you're going to find out that something might have gone wrong in that couple of months wait. So the fact that we'd heard the heartbeat made me feel so reassured and just excited for the scan. I also had my whooping cough jab, which I was really nervous about because I get quite nervous about these things. So I was probably saying how nervous I was for the whooping cough jab, but it was all fine, absolutely fine. I've had it and I'm all good. Nothing more than a sore arm, so nothing more than I can handle. And here are our 20-week scan pictures of our baby. The pictures were so clear and it was so lovely to see the baby. It's amazing what you can see, like their heart and their kidneys and everything. And I was just showing Luke at the pictures. He didn't quite understand, I don't think. He was expecting to see pictures, I think, of a proper baby. But I said to him, "Who's this?" And he said, "Baby sister," because he is convinced that this baby is going to be a girl and a baby sister, even though we always say it's a baby brother or baby sister. But yeah, he's really excited, which is really sweet. And yeah, he just hopefully won't be disappointed if the baby's not a baby sister. But there's our pictures of our baby. It's so hard to believe we're already 5 months in. And yeah, that's going to be the end of this vlog, I think. Thanks so much for joining me on this portion of the second trimester. It's definitely gone quicker than the first trimester. And I hope you've enjoyed following my journey with me. And we will see you soon for another update, I'm sure. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you again soon.